Every great mission, every really complex pilgrimage, it always starts with a plan.
Right.
But if you're truly invested, there's always a secret, a smaller plan hidden inside it.
A failsafe.
Exactly, a fail-safe, a covert operation. And when the stakes are as high as selecting companions for the infamous trial of the creators, you can pretty much guarantee chaos is on the menu.
Chaos is absolutely the default setting here. I mean, the trial of the creators is a pilgrimage that demands it demands companions of absolute strength and loyalty.
Right.
Because it's a journey through these dangerous ancient territories to recover or maybe redefine these creation-level artifacts. So this tournament, the Tournament of the Guard, is supposedly where Marcus finds those people.
Supposedly.
But as our sources reveal, the real deep dive here is into the prep work, the intense preparation, the logistical maneuvering, and the surprising political volatility that's all erupting before the first gong even rings.
And we've gathered all these sources detailing Marcus's attempts to ensure he's tested honestly, which means he has to go completely rogue against his own family. We're tracking a high-stakes exorcism on military-grade tech.
Which is just wild.
It's unbelievable. And then the arrival of these legendary figures like the dwarf knight Jasper Wedgwood, and this alarming political game being played by his uncle, Commander Jack Bruce, a game that involves one of the most volatile royal figures in the entire realm.
So our mission today really is to unpack that conflict. It's Marcus's desire for internal, authentic testing versus Jack's big push for external, high-profile political leverage. It's a classic family drama.
But with last cannons and demons.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start with Marcus. He's trying to pull off this crucial operation, entering the tournament completely incognito. And the source is crystal clear on why.
It's not just about the fashion.
No, but the fashion part is hilarious. He's worried his uncle, Master Bruce, that's Jack, is going to insist on a ridiculous luchador outfit with stupid poses or catchphrases.
Which, I mean, you can just picture it. But the real issue here, the root cause, is control.
It's all about control.
Yeah, Marcus is afraid that if his uncle picks his companions, they'll be chosen for, political reasons or because they're famous, not because they're actually compatible for the trial of the creators. He needs to test their strength and his own limits under real pressure.
Without his reputation as the guardian of Sion getting in the way.
Precisely.
So he approaches Terrence. Now, this is where I had to pause for a second. Terrence is Jack's assistant, his uncle's right-hand man, is relying on him for a covert mission, a huge oversight, or is Terrence way more loyal to Marcus than he lets on?
That's a great question, and it really gets into the Dune Prowler's internal dynamics. Terrence is coordinating everything for Jack. The paperwork, the promotional runs, he literally holds the keys to the kingdom.
He's the logistician.
He's the guy. If Marcus wanted a perfect disguise operation, he couldn't go to anyone else. And Terrence, well, the source says he's clearly excited by the whole clandestine nature of it. He basically betrays his boss and offers to arrange a disguise through a friend at the private barracks.
The plan is tight, too. It has to happen after dark, specifically at midnight.
Right, because Terrence is busy all day, and they have to make sure Jack has absolutely no idea what's going on.
And that note he gives Marcus, come to Barracks 8 after midnight. It's so simple, but it confirms everything. This is a real coordinated operation.
It shows us that Marcus understands his own identity. As Marcus Alistair, Scion of the Blood Barons, Guardian of Sion, is actually a massive liability here.
Right.
For a selection process that needs true, unbiased strength, he has to shed that skin completely.
And it sounds like this isn't just a mask. It's an identity swap handled by someone in the barracks.
Right.
That implies some serious political or maybe even magical weight behind this concealment. They're really trying to hide him.
While those logistics are being handled, Marcus pivots to the logistics of war. He goes to check on Simon and Vance, who are working on the Dark Jeep mechanism.
And this leads us into probably the most surprising part of the sources, the purification of cursed technology.
Yeah, this vehicle component was modified by Randy and Dion, but the sources are specific. A demon engineer was involved in the original design, so it's officially a cursed machine.
And the danger is baked right into how it works. It has 2 las cannons, but the ammo isn't. It's not normal. It's pure life energy.
And Simon gives this stark warning. He says if the user is not strong in will, the energy can eat your soul. So this isn't just a powerful weapon. It's a lethal spiritual liability. Vance calls them goddamn dark mechaniciums.
He's not wrong.
No.
But this is where Marcus's personal history becomes so vital. He can't just scrap the thing. He uses his celestial upbringing and banishment skills he learned from his father, the Blood Baron's commander, to purify it.
He's tapping into some ancient, maybe even forbidden knowledge here. The demon engineer designed it to consume the soul, the very core of a being. Marcus is recalibrating it. He's changing it so it will only sap stamina and drain mana.
That's a profound shift.
It is. It's a huge philosophical change. It goes from being an engine of damnation to just an engine of sheer exhaustion. It becomes sustainable power, if, extremely taxing.
But to do this kind of spiritual surgery, they first have to get the demon to the surface. And Vance, he steps up. I mean, what immense bravery.
Oh, absolutely. Vance uses a blood shard to feed energy into a soul alternator connector. It's the magical equivalent of jump-starting a malevolent engine.
You can just picture it. The connector starts to beat, then it violently morphs into this shrieking, vile, fiend-like devil no more than 2 or 3 feet tall.
The description is just disgusting. It's terrifying, and it's screaming death threats.
A tiny, volatile demon manifested from a machine part. This is the ultimate test of Marcus's celestial skills.
And he invokes his exorcist ability. The phrase is so specific and powerful. By the will of Sion, with the Trinity powers of Watermind, you shall not move.
Let's break that down.
Okay, so the invocation isn't random. Sion links directly to his guardian title. Watermind suggests a connection to a specific, maybe ancient healing or stabilizing power.
And the Trinity powers.
Right. That implies a deeply sacred, structured magic. This phrase, it's like a celestial circuit breaker. It launches this blinding force field. The devil shrieks, calls him a blasphemer, and then with a quiet clunk, it's just gone, banished.
And the result. The cursed machine is now a mana alternator. Purified, safe. They install it immediately. I mean, the fact that Marcus can just conduct an emergency exorcism on a demon engineer's work while also managing his covert entry, it says so much about his level of preparation.
He's not just relying on standard defenses. He's using deep band lore and power.
Okay, so we've got the covert logistics plan, and we've purified the cursed machine. Then Marcus runs into the kind of warrior this tournament is attracting, and it's a big one. Jasper Wedgwood.
Oh, yeah. He is the physical embodiment of noble warrior culture. A stout, dark-skinned dwarf, only 4.5 feet tall, but in this impressive navy blue plate mail. And he's carrying a huge hammerage.
And he's from the Mount Highmarsh lands.
When Marcus mentions being worried about the fiasco of the tournament, Jasper just kind of waves it off, says it's just another show for the masses.
He just treats this incredibly high-stakes selection process like another day at the office.
And then the conversation immediately dives into history and lore. Marcus reveals his lineage uncle Jack of the Dune Prowlers and his father, the former commander of the Blood Barons.
And this is where the world building just shines. Jasper instantly recognizes the name, the lineage.
He does, and he shares this crucial bit of lore. He notes that the dwarves were the first to reach out after the Crimson Night, which was clearly some devastating world-shaping event, and it created a bond between the dwarves and the Blood Barons.
A bond that lets Jasper see right through Marcus's whole plan. He identifies him immediately.
Yep. He calls him the infamous Guardian of Sion, Marcus Alistair. And for Marcus, that has to be this huge confirmation. His reputation is just unavoidable. His covert disguise operation isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely necessary.
He needs people who respect him, sure, but he also needs to fight opponents who won't pull their punches just because of who he is.
But Jasper, he has a much more immediate, tactical solution for all this stress.
Dwarven celebration.
Always. Marcus praises the typical proud dwarven culture, which of course means heading to the nearest pub.
The Dune Prowlers pub. It's already packed. Jasper orders a drink, downs 2 glasses in no time, and then challenges Marcus, "You're 100 years too young to keep up with me."
The pace is just incredible. The barkeep brings out a full pitcher of lager.
And how long does it take him to finish it?
Less than 10 minutes. The entire pitcher. He finishes his glass and the whole pitcher, and then declares himself the brewmaster at Doom Prowlers pub.
His speech is starting to slur at this point.
A little bit, but his stamina for celebration is clearly just as impressive as his physical prowess. This isn't just a funny scene, This is Jasper testing the spiritual stamina of a potential competitor.
And Marcus handles it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
He manages to catch Terrence's eye just before things get completely out of hand and drops this sharp, sarcastic hint.
Yeah, he's hoping Terrence gets the message and will pair them up against each other in the tournament tree.
He's picking his own challenge.
He is. By identifying Jasper, this honorable, incredibly skilled warrior who respects his family but will obviously fight hard, Marcus is curating his own experience. He's making sure that even with the political mess Jack is creating, he'll still face a true test of strength.
Which brings us to Jack, because if Marcus is focused on the internal, purifying the mission, Commander Jack Bruce is focused entirely on political shock and awe.
And Jack is a big deal. Supreme Commander of the Dune Prowlers, one of the Trine Titans captains. He has immense influence.
And his ambition is just massive. He sees this tournament as a tool to elevate the Dune Prowler's profile. And his target, the King of Midral.
And this is not just any king. This is a highly volatile, highly dangerous figure.
Let's just go through his titles, because they are genuinely terrifying. He's Great King Gon, but he's also the Mad King of Vittori, the Great Deceiver of the Kaiser Wars, Mad King Evitori of the Ender Dragon.
Okay, let's just stop there and analyze that. Great Deceiver. That means he cannot be trusted. He's known for treachery during a massive conflict.
The Kaiser Wars.
Right. And Ender Dragon, it suggests an association with, like, world-ending chaotic power. So, to willingly bring this man into a selection process meant to find reliable, loyal guards for a sacred pilgrimage. I mean, it's the very antithesis of deception. It's an incredible gamble.
But Jack thinks he has it under control. He knows this king all too well, apparently. He served as a retainer for Gon in his youth.
And that history gives Jack this very disturbing confidence that he can manage this completely unpredictable royal.
It borders on arrogance.
It really does. When Jack goes to the eastern gate to leave town, a freshman guard tries to stop him. And this guard is acting on explicit orders from the mayor, who is terrified that the Mad King is almost upon us.
And what does Jack do?
He just brushes past him, asserts his history. I have had dealings with the Mad King for years, and walks right on by. He is actively defying civic warnings to chase his political goal.
He waits at the crest of a hill, sees the huge band with the king arriving, and he's just confident that he can integrate this powerful, notorious figure into the tournament.
And that's the core of the tension right there. Jack is going for maximum visibility, even if it means introducing maximum catastrophe. If the king brings his own champion, a champion picked by the Great Deceiver, that person is likely designed for espionage, not loyalty.
He's complicating Marcus's mission exponentially, just for political theater.
He really is. He's treating the actual goal, the companions for the trial of the creators, as a secondary concern to the spectacle.
So the Tournament of the Guard has become this nexus of competing agendas. On one hand, you have Marcus running a tight internal personal testing program.
Right, with covert logistics, high-risk tech exorcisms, and him hand-picking honorable opponents like Jasper Wedgwood.
And then on the other hand, you have Jack running this external political masterstroke or, potential disaster by bringing in the volatile and deeply untrustworthy Mad King Evitori.
The conflict is now existential. Marcus needs truth and loyalty. Jack is inviting deception and chaos.
This whole lead-up is so much more than just a registration process. It's a high-wire act. It's blending ancient lore, demonic technology, and these incredibly volatile royal politics. The true test of Marcus's strength isn't going to be in the ring. It's going to be his ability to navigate the collateral damage of his uncle's ambition.
And we've seen Marcus prove his celestial strength by purifying that demon. We've seen his tactical mind at work setting up a fight with Jasper, but he's still planning to enter the arena under a specific, carefully designed disguise to hide who he is, to hide the infamous guardian Osan.
So if the King of Midral, the Great Deceiver himself, is now in the mix, you have to wonder, what kind of magical or technical disguise is even capable of fooling a royal figure who's famous for his talent for betrayal?
And when he's in that ring, disguised, and potentially facing an entrant chosen by the Mad King, will Marcus be able to maintain the integrity of his test? Or will his uncle's gambit force him into a fight for simple survival rather than selection?
That's what we'll be watching for.